there's some things that just baffle me in life. And today we're going to be talking about one of them, which is the Ark browser. Because I freaking love Ark. I did for like 2-3 years, I don't know, even more probably. And then Ark is totally shit. And the second thing that baffles me right here is whoever decided to paint the fucking walls in a green shit color, Just look at this. You probably don't get the picture. Now you get the picture. It's like horrible. And if you're trying to record here like I am, I'm bouncing the light off the walls and it's just making me green everywhere. So yeah, never paint your house green. Jesus. Okay, the Ark browser. So the Ark browser, yes, we're talking about Ark, so you probably know about Ark if you're watching this video. And I love the Ark browser because it gave me all that organizational itch that I never found anywhere else. As soon as I saw Ark, I knew I was in love, specifically with its spaces feature. Now, if you have a quick look at Ark here, I'm looking at it, it's beautiful, right? You got spaces for my personal life, I got one for my work life, my consulting, my content creation, my mobile experience, just taking Ark on mobile. So it was beautiful. And what the hell happened to it? Well, the team left it. They started to build another freaking browser called Dia, which apparently it's so good because it has AI, right? Like that's a novelty. And then they stopped updating Ark for the best part of a year. And now it's like a forgotten product, no updates, bugs that are growing every day, and it feels slow as hell. So I decided enough is enough, Fernando, this is not gonna get any better. I'm gonna go look for another browser. And yeah, I did. I looked at Sand browser, which is supposed to be like the replacement for Ark, but it's built in Mozilla Firefox engine, which means that you get no Chrome extensions, so sucks. Then I went for Dia, of course. I went through the ChatGPT browser. I went through Perplexity's browser, Comet. And they all have all these agentic features, but now you can do agents with, Claude desktop app or ChatGPT's desktop app. They can just control your browser, so it makes no sense to have their own browsers. And at the end, I was like, fuck all this. I'm gonna try this app called Supasidebar. And Supa is essentially Ark for all your browsers. Look, it's not incredible, but it does get the job done, and I think you can configure it the way that I'm gonna show you, so it makes your life way easier. So one of the things I absolutely loved about Ark is that I can have a tab open here, my best EDC at backpacks tab in my personal space. And then if I switch a couple of spaces to this, content creation space or whatever, you'll see that my tab is still open. But I only have one window for Ark open. It's not like dividing multiple windows. So that's amazing, right? Like the tab, it's not closing, but you're also not seeing it anywhere else. So that was one of the things that I really loved about that. Enter Supasidebar. Supasidebar is looking kind of like Ark, probably like a retro Ark version, not as pretty, but kind of similar. And Supa is great, but one of its limitations is if you're using one browser, as soon as you change spaces, like I just did, all your tabs would automatically close and they would open again when you return. So they're not hibernating or something like that, they're closing. That's if you're using the same browser, right? But I wanted to find the solution to that, and I found a workaround. But let's go. First things first. Supasidebar, it's essentially Ark from the top down. You'll see you got folders here. You can organize all your bookmarks inside of the folders. And you got some pages that do not have folders, so you can just locate them there. Above this little line, it's everything that's saved and not open. And below this little line are all your live tabs. So you can navigate, as you can see, this is Safari, the browser, and I'm navigating between its tabs just using Supasidebar, not actually using the tabs on the browser. And you can do that with any browser. So this is Brave browser. You saw that I changed spaces and I changed your browser. So that's something that you can do, and I'm going to teach you how. And here I'm navigating between the tabs, and again, I'm not using the native tab switcher on the browser. So that's pretty cool, right? You get very similar to an Ark experience that way. You don't have to actually come here and do this stuff to change tabs. You actually do it here, which is amazing. And another cool thing that you can do is send any tab to other browsers. So I can come here and be like, move to browser, I want to move that to my Safari. And that automatically is going to open in Safari and close in the other browser. So in this way, you kind of introduce multi-browser setups into Ark, which is interesting. And the reason why I'm not using just one browser, it's because I told you, like every time you change spaces, all your tabs would close if you're on the same browser. So the way to get around that is to actually link each space to a particular browser. So I linked my personal space to Safari, for example. I linked my workspace to Chrome, and I linked my content creation space to Brave. That way, I'm getting 3 browsers that are essentially always keeping the tabs alive, but I'm also getting that great separation that Ark gave us, which was each space has its own links. And also, you can change browsers as simply as changing spaces in Ark. You see how I'm just sliding between spaces here, and the browser is automatically coming in front. So that's incredible, and that's all Supasidebar doing the heavy lifting there, right? Another thing to mention here is that Supa will automatically kind of resize the browser, so you see how the bar is exactly the right length and the right width so that the browser will fit next to it and not look weird. Because if I'm like, I don't know, playing around with the browser, right, and maximizing it, Supa's not letting me do that. It's like, no, I want it attached. And that's kind of the whole point of it, right? It's helping you have this Ark experience that you would otherwise lack. Sometimes you'll get a little bit Eevee, it's not perfect, but still, it kind of gets the job done every time. And even if you change browsers, you see how it's doing its best to always keeping it like super nice and tidy. Yeah, well, here's not working so much, but I can just put it here. Yep. Yeah, it kind of works, honestly. Yeah. So another great feature that was brought from Ark is the command center. You see this thing here? The command center, essentially your command tab that you had in Ark that allows you to search everywhere and use different things. For example, I can put YouTube and then search directly in YouTube. Best videos of 2026, right? And then I can just enter that, and that will enter the query directly into YouTube, which is nice. And you can do the same thing with Google, right? Google, blah, blah, and that would do that, but then introduces some other complexity and perhaps customization if that's what you're thinking. You know, apart from doing all this stuff, I can go to the command bar and be like, okay, I want to go to a website like google.com, but I want to open it in my Safari browser. So right now I'm in Brave, you know, it's linked to my content creation space. But if I want, I can select which browser will open this tab. So I'm going to go to Safari, and that, my friends, will automatically open in Safari. Now, ideally, this would change also to this personal space that's linked to Safari, but it's not doing that, right? So that's kind of weird, and it's like a glitch. But if I just slide all the way to my personal space, you see that we're in Google. So that works, and it's great, honestly. I kind of love being able to open tabs everywhere from anywhere, which is super cool. You can also hide Supa, which is exactly like hiding the tab in Ark, and just expand your regular browser if that's your thing. And you can bring back Supa at any time. So all of that is amazing, guys. I really would tell you to download Supasidebar. I think they have like a trial period, and the developer's great. I mean, he's always updating it. It's just gotten out of beta. It was like 1 year in beta, which is incredibly long. That means that the guy is really caring about the product, and I totally support that. So yeah, give it a try. It's really the spiritual successor to Ark. And the cool thing is that you're not married to any browser, right? Because you're taking your bookmarks everywhere. So let's say tomorrow you want to try Dia. It's fine. You just fire up Dia and then relink one of your spaces to Dia. So I have this in Chrome, I could just relink that to Dia or another space to another browser, and my folders, my tabs, everything that's on my bookmarks will still go with me. It's not like Ark telling you, hey, if you go anywhere else, you're screwed because I'm keeping all your stuff. No, here you get the opportunity to actually take all that's great about Ark anywhere else. And I think that's pretty cool. Honestly, just going from Ark with all the bugs and all that to the trusted browsers like Google Chrome, Safari, and what's the other? Brave. It's been such a smooth ride. You know, all these browsers are constantly getting updates, security updates, smoothing updates, if that's a thing. You know, they're constantly being maintained, so it really gives me a great user experience, and I'm not losing the Ark magic. And yeah, I've been just extremely happy. Of course, there's a bit more of a headache into it, right? Like you gotta log into all your shit in 3 different browsers. Not ideal, but you know what? Not a deal breaker also. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, go watch right that one up there. Probably like it too. And if not, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.